Welcome to Course 4, Foundation, Certified Supply Chain Professional, CSCP, course, by SPAO Academy. Topic 2, Global Supply Chain Networks, Section 5, End-to-End Connectivity and Visibility. Lesson 4, The Cost of Poor Visibility. The Cost of Poor Visibility. Introduction. The silent supply chain. Imagine driving a car with no windows, a broken speedometer, and a gas gauge that tells you the fuel level from last week. You might eventually reach your destination, but the journey would be filled with anxiety, wrong turns, and a very high chance of running out of gas. This is what it's like to run a supply chain with poor visibility. You are operating blind. This lesson explores the tangible and intangible costs that companies incur when they cannot see what's happening in their own supply chain. 1. The bullwhip effect, the amplification of chaos. This is one of the most significant consequences of poor visibility. It's a phenomenon where small fluctuations in demand at the retail level cause progressively larger fluctuations in demand at the wholesale, distributor, manufacturer, and raw material supplier levels. How it works with poor visibility. A retailer sees a slight uptick in sales for a product. They order a little extra from the wholesaler to be safe. The wholesaler, not knowing if this is a trend or a one-off, sees the larger order and orders even more from the distributor to ensure they don't run out. The distributor, now seeing a significant spike from the wholesaler, places a huge order with the manufacturer. The manufacturer, interpreting this as a massive surge in demand, invests in overtime, extra shifts, and raw materials to ramp up production. By the time the product finally arrives in bulk, the initial retail uptick may have already passed, leaving everyone with massive amounts of excess inventory. Cost. Massive inventory write-offs, wasted production capacity, expedited shipping costs, and inefficient resource allocation. 2. Inventory costs. The just-in-case trap. Without visibility into what's actually happening, e.g., where a shipment is, what customer demand truly is, companies fall back on safety. Excess inventory, safety stock. Companies hold extra inventory, just in case something goes wrong. This ties up working capital that could be used for innovation, marketing, or expansion. Storage costs. More inventory means more warehouse space, more labor to manage it, and more insurance. Obsolescence and shrinkage. Products sitting in a warehouse can become obsolete, think electronics or fashion, expire, food or pharmaceuticals, or get damaged. You can't manage what you can't see. 3. Customer service failures. The revenue and reputation cost. Poor visibility directly impacts the customer. Stockouts. If you can't see that inventory is low at a specific warehouse, you might accept an online order that you cannot actually fulfill. The result? A disappointed customer. Missed delivery windows. If a shipment is stuck in a port due to a storm, but you have no real-time visibility, you might promise a delivery date you can't keep. This leads to late deliveries and angry customers. Erosion of trust. In the age of Amazon, customers expect to know where their order is at all times. Inability to provide accurate tracking information frustrates customers and drives them to competitors. The cost of acquiring a new customer is far higher than retaining an existing one. 4. Operational inefficiencies. The firefighting mode. When you can't see the future, you're always reacting to the present. Expediting costs. A critical part is late. Because you didn't see the delay coming, you now have to pay a premium for air freight instead of using standard, cheaper sea freight. This is often called the casualty cost. Poor planning. Manufacturing lines might have to shut down because a key component is delayed, or they might have to scramble to change schedules at the last minute, leading to costly downtime and inefficiency. Wasted labor. Workers may be idle while waiting for materials, or extra shifts may be scheduled unnecessarily to handle a perceived surge that isn't real. 5. Financial and strategic costs. These are the higher-level impacts that affect the entire company. Cash flow problems. Money tied up in excess inventory or wasted on expediting is money that isn't available for other purposes. It directly impacts a company's liquidity and profitability. Inability to innovate. When management is constantly fighting fires in the supply chain, they have no time or mental energy to focus on strategic initiatives like developing new products, entering new markets, or improving processes. Loss of competitive advantage. A supply chain that is unreliable and opaque is a weak link. Competitors with better visibility can offer lower prices, due to lower costs, faster delivery, and more reliable service, ultimately winning more business. Summary: the true cost. The cost of poor visibility isn't just a single line item on a budget. It's a cascading series of negative consequences that ripple through the entire organization. It leads to higher costs, inventory, transportation, labor, lower revenue, lost sales, customer churn, damaged reputation, unreliable brand, weakened strategic position, always reacting, never innovating. Key takeaway for the beginner student: think of visibility as the central nervous system of a global supply chain network. Without it, the company, can't sense what's happening, can't react effectively, and is vulnerable to every shock and disruption. Investing in visibility is not an expense, it's an investment in resilience, efficiency, and customer trust. I really appreciate you spending your time with me today. If you want to learn more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your like means the world to us and helps this channel grow so we can continue bringing you great content. Thanks again, and see you on the next video.